Support for 100 Watts and a Wire is brought to you by 100wattsandawire.com. To subscribe to the show, simply click the RSS feed. While you're there, apply for your free 100 Watts ID and learn how you can help make 100 Watts and a Wire listener supported. Click the donate page and pick the option that works best for you. We've got a traveling toolkit, 100 Watts and a Wire gear, and more. That's 100wattsandawire.com. And ICOM. Surprise your favorite ham this season with the gift that's on their hot list. The holidays are just around the corner, and ICOM has plenty of cheer for everyone. Visit icomamerica.com/amateur. And LDG. LDG makes small, lightweight tuners ideal for portable and emergency operations. Some can operate on internal batteries for months of normal use, making them easy to carry, install, and use in the field. Visit ldgelectronics.com.
And now, from Grid Square Echo Mike 48, this is 100 Watts and a Wire.
And hello to you, it's Christian, Kilo Zero Sierra Tango Hotel, K0 STH here in America's heartland. And we're near St. Louis, about 25 miles north of the city. And I gotta say, first of all, I am feeling a bit better. However, it's one of those lingering crud issues. It started right around Halloween, and by Sunday, and I wasn't the only one. And I hadn't been thinking about myself much because my youngest was sick. I mean, she's 4, and when your kids are sick, it's the worst. You just feel hopeless. Now that they're getting slightly older, I understand. You can't take them to... I used to get mad when my kids got sick. And the doctors would say, you just have to let it run its course. And I'll choke you out in here. I hope you can help yourself as I'm choking you out. You better give my kids some medicine. They said, look, Mr. Seachild, you can't, you just can't. And I go on, because I can. I'd have my hands out like I'm about to lift up, right around the neck. Anyway, I never did choke out a doctor. She looked very strong anyway, so it's all just a joke. But really, I used to get upset about it when my kids would get sick because I'd want them to be well, naturally. And you turn around and you're sick. And, so we're a few days into this thing, and I'm feeling better, but not great, and you can hear it in my voice. There's a little bit of loitering up in the sinus area that's making me sound a little... But very proud to have worked on a team that opened up the Soldiers Memorial Museum in St. Louis. You can look that up online. And that was another day of really excitement, big, kind of deal, a reopening. It was also cold and damp, and it didn't help this situation. So it kind of set in on Saturday. Sunday, I was down. However, I celebrate another trip around the sun today, November 7th. And I always think of my mother, at 12/12 is when I hatched. 12/12, November 7th, long time ago. The numbers are definitely getting higher. I'm drinking coffee. I'm just trying to keep it clear for y'all, okay? I don't know. The numbers are getting higher, and the one that comes next year is one I never thought I'd hit. And when I was a kid, I thought, wow, that dude's old. And I'm like, no. Not ancient, but, when you're a kid, you don't think that you live so long. But now I understand it's a privilege. It's an honor, and I'm very happy to be here. A lot going on, a lot to be grateful for. I'm a blessed man. I'm happy. Great family. I think I've got a friend. I've got the 100 Watts and a Wire community, which is going strong. So it is going to be a great birthday no matter what, And maybe even get out of the city a little early today if I'm lucky. definitely Friday. I'm going to take off on Friday because I mentioned that working on Saturday thing. So what's going on with you? Great. Glad to hear it. I hope you have some coffee. Let's talk a little bit. Last show, I guess it was one episode, 173. May have come off as if I was hitting the ARRL pretty hard. And I am. I want them to do better. And I hope with the elections that are underway that some good people get in there. There's more transparency, maybe a breath of fresh air. And they reach back and hit a new generation. You can go back and hear all the things I said. But really, to recap it, if you're new here, I was questioning whether I should become a member or maintain. I've been a member since I was licensed in 2012. I'm not a lifetime member, and I'm sort of playing this one year to year. $49 is $49. I don't want to relive it. Go back and listen to the last episode, and you can find out where I am on this. However, after that show, I did go and I renewed my membership because what I want to do is I want to speak freely. Now, as a member, as a paying member, that is my voice. I happen to have this platform as well to rant and rave and to ask questions and to, do whatever it does. But as a paying member, I feel I can speak freely now because I'm an actual member. If I let my membership lapse and I came out here barking about how crappy I thought the league was doing, it's kind of like, kind of like voting. If you complain about politics and you didn't vote, well, what do you want me to do about it? Pardon me. So I did renew. I actually got a book as well. There was a book that came with the membership again this year, and I'm good through October 31st, 2019, and we will reevaluate. What I want is to see some change, maybe some transparency. The Puerto Rico thing still sticks me hard. There was things about national parks on the air that got me. Missed opportunities, I think, with the parks. So I have an opinion. They don't ask. We stay in contact. It seems like it's more of a financial arrangement. They're like, hey, dude. How you doing? Tickle fight? Give me that money. And I'd like to see that change, Maybe we hear a different voice. Maybe a different people come on and talk. We've had some people on from the league. But, right now it's kind of... It's a bit of an island or a silo to me. I know they fight for us when it's time to fight with the FCC or they're paying attention, and we need them. But we can make that better, right? We can make that better, I think. So just an update, we are back, and I am $49 in the hole. But what are you going to do? I did get a book out of it, one that I'm not so interested in. I think it's called... of the choices, I picked the, get on the air with the digital modes. I have nothing against the digital modes, but I had the antenna book was an option. There was another option. I just, and I was like, okay, maybe one day I'll take the digital road and I'll do it. Okay. So that's a $20 book, so I don't know. I guess I got a book out of the deal. And I'll hear from them again come November. No. September. September's when I'll start hearing again from the league. I need to drink again. Pardon me. You drink too. What is that, Bailey's? What are you drinking? Bailey's? Awfully early for that. Oh, it's my birthday. Go on, man. Saw an interesting story over the weekend. Kansas Wesleyan University. Kansas Wesleyan. I hope I'm saying that correctly. They have a station, Kilo Alpha Zero, Kilo Whiskey United. They have dedicated its new emergency operations center over the weekend. There is a small liberal arts school in central Kansas that offers a bachelor's degree in emergency management. had this been an option for me 100 years ago, right after I put down my musket after the Civil War, I'd be all in that program. I would travel. I would stay in Kansas to go to this university. Let's call it KWU because I'm having a problem with Kansas Wesleyan University. I hope it's right. Did you hear what I said? A small liberal arts school here in Kansas offers a bachelor's degree in emergency management. I've said it many times. I believe emergency and disaster communications is the future of amateur radio. Well done. I'd like to come up and visit that program. I really do. I'm going to have somebody come on and talk to me, or at least I'm going to get some information about it. Maybe I'll even go back to school. Kansas isn't too far from here. I've got 4 FEMA certifications, but I've got 0 experience in doing it. And, you learn things, you study things, you memorize things, you pass tests, you get certifications. It happens. I have no practical emergency communications experience. I want to broaden what I do here with 100 watts and a wire, and maybe even face-to-face training in emergency communications. I've got some plans for the show. People are like, hey, what are you going to do? How long are you going to do this, man? Others have come, others have gone. Some are sticking around way too long. I don't know. I'm committed in my mind through the end of the year, But there are things I'd like to do with the show. And if it works out with family and funding, then I'll continue doing it. But there is a thing in my mind where it's like the emergency communications, the disaster communications aspect of this hobby and public service, I feel is the future. Ties into all our portable operations, you name it. Part of the problem with the league is the Puerto Rican response. How that was portrayed, that whole deal. That was a little deeper, and at the time I really wanted to bite. I wanted to go to Puerto Rico and make a documentary. I just couldn't do it. It cost money, time away from family. And so it festered in me, and it upset me when the force came back. Not to dwell on it, but look, this is an emergency situation, weather-related, that happened in an American territory. And the response came back to a parade, in my mind. And superheroes, and we've got our capes and tights and radios. No, sir. Puerto Rico is still very much damaged and in need of more. I'm sorry, they're not going to fool me. You came back, appreciate the work of the people who could go. You could take 2 weeks of your life and go there and work. Did they pick the best 27 people or whatever they sent? It wasn't 50. That's questionable. Good people, good-hearted people took the time to go and help. Nothing against the people. It's the perception of how the thing was turned and spun when they came back. A force of 50. Anywho, that experience should have been written about, should have been talked about in great detail. Forget about the back padding. They should have said, look, we got to get back there. Here's what we need. Here's some kind of mistakes we made. We need to pick some people who can get around, climb, have maybe some bushcraft and survival skills and communication skills. We need some kind of veterans from the service. Lots of things there to have, learn from. And I would have liked to have been of help. I don't think I would have been of help. I would have been a ham that could sit there and pass some traffic, and that there's a need for that. So I want to up my game in the emergency and disaster communications aspect, and I may do some things on the show here for that. We may also do some prepping type stuff. We intersect a lot. I position this show as the intersection of life and amateur radio. We are more than just guys sitting around rag chewing. I like to rag chew. We're more than just contesters. Hey, I like to get active in a contest. We have other interests, and sometimes they connect, and sometimes they can be very helpful. You know, when the doo-doo hits the fazzani. So we're going to talk about that. I hope to, anyway. I hope to. That's what I'd like to do in the position. This is not the state of the show address. Just me hopped up on a little bit of, I don't know, over-the-counter medication. Actually, I'm on nothing, not enough coffee. I don't like to take a lot of medicine. Try to take a vitamin. So there you go. Let's learn more about that KWU, Kansas Wesleyan University. Good on them. A bachelor's degree program in emergency management. Dig it. I'd be all over that. I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we have a drawing, a random drawing from LDG. LDG is a sponsor of our program, and for sustaining members. Do you know about this program? Go to 100wattsandawire.com and look up while we're in this quick 1-minute break and get yourself in position to win an LDG tuner at the end of November. Okay? Sustaining members give $25, and everybody who has given supporting the show gets put in a random drawing to win a tuner from LDG each month over the course of the next 6 months. The October winner is coming up next.
More contacts, less alpha hotels. This is 100 watts and a wire.
For the love of the holidays, the IC7610, the SDR every ham wants, and just in time. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out the faintest of signals even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. The ICOM IC7610 is a direct sampling, software-defined radio that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. How about the IC7300, changing the way entry-level HF is designed? This high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design will far exceed your expectations. Or the ICR30, raising the bar on DC to daylight receivers. Powerful yet easy to use, the ICR30 is packed full of features you have come to expect from ICOM. Or the perfect stocking stuffer, the ID51A Plus 2. It provides new modes for extended D-Star coverage. You can enjoy integrated GPS, an independent AM/FM receiver, and free Android apps. Visit icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on all ICOM radios.
When in doubt, hang 'em high. This is 100 watts and a wire.
All right, again, if you're saying, look, man, what's the random drawing? We did the thing for the fallout, right? What's happening? What did I miss? Did you forget to give something away? Nope. I'm going to give something away now to our sustaining members. We have a program here at 100 Watts and a Wire, and you can learn about it at 100wattsandawire.com. No, I'm not editing it out. It's 100wattsandawire.com. Click on donate, okay, and read down a little bit about the benefits of becoming a sustaining member. This happens to be one, but look, on a general sense, if you give $25 over the course of 1 year, you give today all the way through November 7th, 2019, you'll be a sustaining member, and you can take and receive benefits from participating companies who will give you a discount for being a sustaining member. You can get your money back quite often and quickly if you're, building antennas, you're buying an antenna, you're buying solar panels, that sort of thing. Look there and look at all the companies that are participating. Chameleon Antennas, PowerFilm Solar, radio waves antennas, MFJ. Just look there because I'm forgetting and spacing. I knew I'll forget someone. Bioenno Power's there. And LDG is there. And they sell probably more tuners than anybody. I have 2 of their tuners, okay? So they came to me and said, look, as an extra benefit, if this will help you, we will give away 6 LDG tuners, 1 each month, beginning now. So the October winner is Ralph Richard. He's Kilo Golf 5, Whiskey Lima Oscar. Kilo Golf 5, Whiskey Lima Oscar. Ralph. He's in Jasper. He's going to win an LDG tuner for the month of October. Everyone who is a sustaining member is put into the random drawing, and you can get in for when I pick the winner at the end of November. Just go there now, click the donate button. It's a win-win-win. And for Ralph, it's a win-win-win-win. He gave money to the show, which helps support its longevity. We can develop and produce the show. It helps. You can give any amount. $25 gets you to that sustaining member status. It helps you. You get a discount from participating companies. It also helps the participating companies, which are mostly smaller. Some are ma and pa shops. They need your business. They'll give you that discount, get you on your way, and you'll be working on your project this weekend. And on top of that, LDG is giving away a tuner for the next 6 months. Congratulations, Ralph. We appreciate you. How you like that? All right, moving on. We had Election Day. Not a federal holiday. I kind of wish it was. A lot of people were out participating. If you don't like the way things are going, or you'd like to make some changes, see some changes, you got to vote. You got to get out there and vote. I don't like to be political, but I kind of wish Election Day was a federal holiday. Anytime we can get a day off, cool, because we all want to participate. We all want to do our part, get our vote. Now, Election Day has been declared a civic holiday in many states: Delaware, Hawaii, Kentucky, Louisiana, Montana, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, West Virginia, and the territory of Puerto Rico. And usually a day that the state legislature or legislature declares as a non-working day. I just kind of wish it was a federal thing, and then we'd all be off, and then we could go and we could vote and have the rest of the day to sit and gripe about it or whatever, or sit and watch the results. So Election Day always seems to happen right around my birthday. So some people come in mad. Some will be very happy. Some will be like, oh, well, I don't know. Move away from that. We talked about a specific deal. Did you know CQ Maps is back? I love Maps. I've got Maps up there, and I love them even more when I can see the 100 watts and a wire logo on there. I see my call sign on there. CQ Maps is back. A different website, though. I want you to check it out. If you like maps and you're thinking about it, helps me out when I contest. I don't contest for numbers. I contest for my antenna. So I spread out the map, and I put pins in it with my little girls. We go and it becomes a geography lesson. We've talked about that in the past. If you like the CQ Maps, James is back with a new address, axlesandantennas.com. axlesandantennas.com. You get maps in a couple sizes, 19 by 13, 36 by 24, full color, heavyweight paper. You can get them laminated. So if you like that, the option is back now. CQ Maps is back, but it's in a different place. And if you're looking in the wrong place, you may not find it. There's something going on there with the names. CQ Maps and CQ whatever, something else overseas. So I think James decided, look, let me just get a different, website address. And it's axlesandantennas.com. So if you're into that sort of thing like I am, there you go. little backwards on my show today. The things that I've done, I've been kind of sick. I told you about the foot switch. That was good. Never did make a contact. Oh, I think I did, though. Maybe I did one. Yeah, it's like Willie Nelson says, ain't it funny how time slips away? It's going too fast for me, brothers and sisters. Too fast right now. Let's talk about the net for a minute. Because there's two things that happen, all right? So Sunday nights, 7 o'clock Central Time, and you're thinking, oh, we just turned back the clocks. What we gonna do? Always 7 o'clock Central Time. So, yeah, the UTC may change from 0000 UTC to 01 UTC. Or how, don't break my balls on the UTC. 7 o'clock Central, whatever time that would be, we're going to get on the air Sunday nights. Now, we have a bit of a safety net in place because I've had a net going for several years now, and from time to time, people have things going on in their lives, and they just can't participate. And when the consistency gets weird, then I'm like out. I'm like, nope, let's just take it away, because if we can't commit to it, then nobody should be expected to commit to it. So what I've done is I've put in the gathering of the willing kind of safety net. When I get sick like I did over the weekend, or somebody else has something going on, or plans don't come together quick enough for me, because you need to talk about the net during the day. If I don't know what's going to happen or who's going to be there to run it, if my team's out doing something, traveling, celebrating holidays or whatever, and it gets too deep in the afternoon, gathering of the willing. Sorry, just going to go gathering of the willing because I need to tell the people what to look for. So we still have a weekly Sunday evening net. It's a lot of fun. Last one we had was not this past weekend, but the one before that. Steve and I, W7UDI, just rolled it out like old school days. It's fun. This past weekend, it was downgraded to a gathering of the willing, which means any of you can go to any band, post it up on the social media. This is kind of heavy on the social media aspect of what we do. We've got a Facebook page and a Twitter page. Tell people where you're posting, and you're hosting a gathering of the willing, and people will come there. Take some calls. Keep it casual. It's a safety net. This way, I don't have to kind of go on hiatus again with a net when things get a little inconsistent. That said, it's probably a good opportunity to open it up for some alternates. If you're available on Sunday evening, 7 o'clock Central Time, for a couple of hours, maybe just one, I don't know. Block it off if you can. You got some power. It's probably good to run power. Needs you to have some power. Gathering of the willing is okay with 100 watts. I totally get it. I was 100 watts for a long time. In these conditions, being a net control operator with some power is good. If you're interested in being an alternate, drop us a line and maybe we can get you in the game. But I think if Steve's not there and I'm not there, or Ian's not there, or a combination of us isn't available, maybe an alternate would work. But the safety net of the net is the gathering of the willing option. And it's sort of an audible to say, look, okay, we can't do this the way we'd want to do this, or conditions are kind of strange, but let's put it out there and open it up to a gathering of the willing. And then, people can get on the air. They can host it. They become the pile up. So that's how our net will work, okay? So there is always an option for you to get on the air on Sunday evenings, even if the net proper becomes downgraded to a gathering of the willing. The most important part is for you to understand that you can actually host a gathering of the willing. If you want to go to 15 meters at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, post where you are and what you're trying to do and say, look, a gathering of the willing has crapped up. There we go. Roll the credits. We've cropped up 15 meters, 20 meters. I'm going to do some CW practice. We're going to go to whatever. Post it up. Let people know where you are. Get on there, start calling CQ, and do a gathering of the willing. You may have an impromptu round table crop up. Those are cool. So that is how the net will work. If for some reason we can't get the net going proper, a gathering of the willing will be called, be downgraded, like a big storm coming out of the tropics. All right, friends, I need to wrap this up here. The voice is already a little shaky, and I need it for the rest of the day. Got to blow out those candles. It's a lot of them. I might have to call my firefighter friends. Oh, Lord. Enjoy yourself. Take care of yourselves and your family. And by all means, if you can, please try and stay above the noise.
To join the 100 Watts in a Wire community, visit 100wattsinawire.com.